Sidney Lumet's Dog Day Afternoon, 1975, is a masterclass in cinematic tragedy built around a foredoomed fate that unfolds with heartbreaking inevitability. Al Pacino's Sonny Wartzik, a desperate man driven to crime by love and circumstance, spends the film grasping at an impossible escape, only for reality to crush him in the final moments. The ending, though predictable, remains devastating, a testament to the film's ability to capture human suffering with unflinching realism. From the outset, Sonny's plan to rob a Brooklyn bank is plagued with errors. What begins as a relatively simple heist rapidly spirals into a media circus, a prolonged hostage situation, and an exhausting standoff with law enforcement. By the time Sonny and his accomplice, Sal, John Cazale, negotiate a flight out of the country, their fate is already sealed. The audience knows it. The characters deep down likely know it too. When the final betrayal comes, when the FBI executes Sal at point-blank range just before boarding the plane, and Sonny is immediately arrested, it is no surprise. Yet the weight of the moment still crushes the viewer, because we have spent the entire film hoping, against all reason, that things will somehow go differently. Al Pacino's performance in those final frames cements the tragedy. With tears in his eyes, Sonny stands broken, hopeless, and utterly defeated. The plan has failed. His best friend is dead. He is about to face a lifetime behind bars. In that instant, the viewer is left with a profound sense of sorrow, not because the ending is unexpected, but because it was inescapable from the beginning. This kind of pure tragedy has become increasingly rare in modern cinema. Today's mainstream films often shy away from truly bleak endings, opting instead for redemption arcs, ambiguous conclusions, or last-minute twists that offer some glimmer of hope. Yet, the essence of tragedy as a genre is precisely the opposite. A great tragedy does not hinge on surprise. It thrives on its inevitability. A tragic hero must feel predestined for ruin, and the audience must be made to root for their escape, while knowing deep down that it will never come. The emotional power of tragedy lies in this very tension, our unwillingness to accept what we already know to be true. Dog Day. Afternoon exemplifies this principle flawlessly. The film immerses us in Sonny's world, making us empathise with his motivations, share in his frustrations, and ultimately mourn his downfall. Lumet's decision to forego a traditional film score enhances this realism. There is no orchestral swell to manipulate our emotions, no dramatic cues to foreshadow doom. The only music in the film comes from diegetic sources, radios, televisions, a car stereo in the opening credits, grounding the story in an unvarnished reality that feels all the more suffocating. Without a score to tell us how to feel, we experience the tension and dread in real time, as the characters do. This stark, documentary-like approach only amplifies the tragedy, making the final collapse hit even harder. Adding to the film's tragic weight is its broader commentary on society's treatment of marginalised individuals. Sonny's motivations, driven by his love for his transgender partner and the desperate need to finance her gender-affirming surgery, provide a deeply humanising dimension to his character. He is not merely a criminal, but a man trapped by circumstances, trying to carve out some form of agency in an unforgiving world. This additional layer of complexity makes his downfall all the more heart-wrenching. Furthermore, the film serves as an indictment of media sensationalism and law enforcement tactics. As the bank heist unfolds, the press turns Sonny into an overnight anti-hero, and the public's perception shifts rapidly. The police, meanwhile, remain coldly strategic, prioritizing control over resolution. By the film's end, the contrast between Sonny's raw desperation and the mechanical efficiency of his captors underscores an unsettling truth. The system was always going to win. In an era where true cinematic tragedy has become rare, Dog Day Afternoon stands as a shining example of the genre's raw power. It does not shock with its ending, but rather, it devastates with its certainty. Sonny Wartzik was doomed from the start, and as the credits roll we are left haunted, not just by what happened, but by the cruel inevitability of it all.